Your world runs on electricity. It's the invisible force powering every aspect of our modern lives, from the moment our alarms wake us to the streetlights that guide us home. We've built a civilization of unparalleled convenience and connection, all balanced on a complex, sprawling network of wires and transformers. But what happens when it just stops? In an instant, your security, your light, your connection, gone. The systems we take for granted would cease to function. Communication grids would collapse, leaving our phones useless. Financial transactions would halt, rendering cards and digital payments worthless. Even the flow of clean water to our homes, often reliant on electric pumps, could be compromised. We would be plunged into a sudden, disorienting silence. But we've faced this before, and we not only survived, we adapted. This isn't a hypothetical scenario from a dystopian novel. It's a chapter from our own history. During the Blitz of World War II, entire cities like London lived in enforced darkness for years. This wasn't a power failure. It was a deliberate, strategic choice. The government mandated a strict blackout to deny enemy bombers the visual cues they needed to find their targets. It was a battle fought not with guns, but with the discipline of darkness, not just to save power, but to become invisible. From that necessity, they developed a survival playbook, a set of simple, brilliant tricks that are almost forgotten today. These weren't high-tech solutions. They were ingenious adaptations born from scarcity and the urgent need for safety, using common household items and a powerful sense of community. This knowledge, once essential for nightly survival, has faded from our collective memory. In this video, we're bringing that blackout book back to life with 5 techniques to stay safe, secure, and sane during your next power outage. These methods require no special training, no expensive gear, just a little foresight and the wisdom of a generation that mastered the art of resilience. Trick number 1, the perfect blackout. In a long-term outage, light discipline is crucial. It conceals your presence, your resources, and your activities from unwanted attention. Your modern blinds aren't enough. Even the smallest sliver of light can be seen from hundreds of feet away, signaling that your home is occupied and potentially full of supplies. During the war, the goal was absolute light denial. It was about creating a light-proof seal. ARP wardens would patrol the streets, shouting, "Put that light out," at any home showing even a faint glimmer. Their solution was simple and effective: custom-fit panels that left no gaps. With dollar store poster board and Velcro, you get total darkness and make your house invisible from the outside, eliminating you as a target. This allows you to use light safely inside your home without advertising your presence to the outside world. It's a simple, cheap, and completely reversible modification that provides an incredible layer of security and peace of mind. Now that your home is secure, you need safe, reliable light inside. Light is precious, but an open candle is a fire waiting to happen. It can be easily knocked over by a child, a pet, or a simple misstep in the dark. In a situation where emergency services are already strained or unavailable, a house fire is a catastrophic event. The solution from the Blitz era was the candle lantern. A simple jar with sand turns a dangerous flame into a safe, portable, surprisingly bright light source. The sand creates a stable, non-flammable base that holds the candle securely in place. The glass jar acts as a chimney, protecting the flame from drafts, which prevents it from flickering or being extinguished accidentally. The glass also helps to reflect and magnify the light, making it more efficient. One candle can now light a room safely for hours. This simple device transforms a liability into a reliable asset, providing not just illumination, but a sense of warmth and normalcy in a stressful situation. Trick number 3 addresses a critical vulnerability: water. When the power fails, your water often follows. Municipal water systems rely on powerful electric pumps to maintain pressure and move water from treatment facilities to your home. Without electricity, that pressure can vanish in a matter of hours. The first rule of a blackout is to store water now. If you have even a few minutes of warning, or if the taps are still running when the power goes out, act immediately. If caught unprepared, fill every container, especially your bathtub, for sanitation. This water is vital for flushing toilets, personal hygiene, and cleaning, preserving your precious drinking water for consumption only. But what about clean drinking water? Many people don't realize they have a hidden reservoir right in their home. For drinking, your hot water heater holds dozens of gallons of potable water accessible from the bottom valve. This water is the same water that comes from your tap, and it's been kept safe and clean inside the tank. Just be sure to turn off the power or gas supply to the heater before draining it to prevent damage. This forgotten source can provide a family with enough drinking water to last for days. With light and water secured, we turn to physical security. In a prolonged blackout, the normal deterrents, lights, alarms, and the presence of neighbors disappear. Your electronic alarm system is dead. Its sensors are blind. Its siren is silent. Your home becomes a dark, quiet, and vulnerable target. You need a silent alarm. One only you know is there. The goal isn't to catch an intruder, but to be alerted to their approach long before they reach your door. This gives you precious time to react, secure your family, and prepare. The best alarms are low-tech, mechanical, and placed on the approaches to your home, not just at the entry points. Simple mechanical triggers, cans, a balanced stack of pots, or even gravel spread on a walkway give early warning and act as a powerful deterrent. An intruder relies on stealth and surprise. An unexpected loud noise shatters that advantage, exposing them and often causing them to flee in search of an easier target. This costs nothing, uses no power, and can be the most effective security system you have. The final and most important trick isn't an object, it's a network. The previous 4 tricks focus on securing your own home, but the greatest lesson from the Blitz was that no family survived alone. They survived as blocks, as streets, as neighborhoods. Individual preparedness is vital, but community resilience is unstoppable. The neighborhood watch was their strongest defense. This wasn't about spying on each other. It was about systematically knowing who had what skills and resources. In a crisis, your neighbors are your greatest asset. One person might be a nurse, another a mechanic. One family might have a gas grill for cooking, while another has a stockpile of firewood. Don't wait for the crisis to introduce yourself. Set communication plans. Who has a generator, medical skills, and a check-in system to turn a street into a resilient community. Agree on a central meeting point. Establish a non-verbal signal, like a ribbon on a mailbox, to indicate that everyone in the house is okay, or a different signal to ask for help. This simple coordination multiplies the resources and security of everyone involved. These 5 tricks aren't about living in the past. They're not about paranoia or expecting the worst. They're about learning from it. They are a testament to human ingenuity and the simple, powerful truth that preparedness is about resourcefulness, not just resources. Our modern systems are incredible and fragile. They provide a level of comfort and convenience unimaginable to our grandparents. But that convenience comes at the cost of resilience. By looking back at the hard-won wisdom of the Blackout generation, we can reclaim a measure of control. Self-reliance and community are a power that never goes out.